and moved off straight towards James on quarantine. So James, just be keeping an eye out from a leopard coming from the Gallagher shortcut side. I've stayed with these two. The lioness that got up was the lioness in the middle. She looked particularly hungry. She's got the two spots on the bottom of her nose. And I can confirm, when she stood up, she does not have suckle marks. So she has not given birth recently. The lioness that has just walked away. Now that leaves Amber Eyes and this female. Amber Eyes, we know, is not heavily pregnant. She might be pregnant, but she's not heavily pregnant. So is this the lioness that we suspect of denning? Oh, already alarm calls. Why did that lioness move off on her own? Or is she waiting for them to catch up with her? Here comes Amber Eyes. She's also hungry. Relatively empty-bellied, big feline stretch. Oh, I see. Bit of grooming before the hunt. Let me nibble that tick for you, my dear. She really does stand out. Some more affection. Begging for grooming, or hinting in a not so subtle way that she wouldn't mind a couple of good licks before they head out. Yep, there, right there, that's the spot. The lioness on the right is actually slightly bigger in terms of the size of her head. Oh, there we go. That grooming session freely offered. Oh, and judging by where those alarm calls are, these lionesses are about to lead us through one of the thickest blocks out here. Unless she's walking up Voyatella main access. Oh, look at that face. They've heard the alarm calls as well. I don't think they realized how far the other lioness had gone ahead of them. The lioness on the right showing a degree of reluctance, but Amber Eyes, fiercely attentive and ready to set up on the evening hunt. Oh! That was the best flop ever. Lazy and playful. See how quickly they go from relaxed to this alert stance. I'm going to take my spotlight off. It's interesting, she's changed direction as to where she went. Oh! And we're down again. It's amazing. Flop. I'd love to know how they know what's going on. That shouting from the impala tells us immediately where the other lioness is. Echoing through the cold evening air. And yet these two know that they don't need to get up, that the chase is over before it even began. I'm going to take my spotlight off them for a moment. The light will still be on. I just want to check what is happening behind me. Here she comes, she's coming back. She realized that she was left all alone. I suspected that might have been the case. Guys, I thought you were following. Get up, you lazy lions. Okay, she's going to come round and straight back to them, I think. I'll just keep an eye on her for now. Is she going to come walking next to us, or is she going to go to behind here? I think she's going to go behind. There we go. Somewhat of an aborted start for the lioness. She wanted to go hunting. The rest of her pride mates did not. She's going to walk right behind the vehicle. Sorry, I've got to go this side. But you guys were right behind me. There you go. An incredible greeting ceremony. I'm actually going to reposition. I'm going to go backwards ever so slightly, because where they're lying now, you can get a better view of the third lioness at the same time. While I reposition, Sandy, you were wondering whether a sister lioness or a mother, maybe, just to extend that slightly. That's as far as I can go. I guess not. Would ever go and help a denning lioness catch food, since obviously it must be harder for a single mom to go and sort herself out while during the time of her pregnant, or during the time of the first few weeks of her cub's birth. And it does happen, so that I don't know necessarily that it's a conscious decision to go and help, but when the lionesses are in the area, then they will meet up with the mother, or she will actively seek them out. And they will spend time together, first of all doing this, which is reaffirming their bonds, plus, you know, getting rid of the odd pesky tick. And at the same time, she'll be able to go hunting with them. She'll have increased chances of success. Or she might even go and join them at a kill site and then return to her den later. So cubs can be left on their own for up to 24 hours, sometimes even longer, depending on how desperate the mother is for food. And sometimes she will leave them and cover enormous distances. But yes, it is difficult. Which is why new mothers, new female lions that have had cubs, often look relatively thin. They struggle to find food, plus provide for the cubs themselves. It's going to be quiet for a moment so you can hear the sound of the tongues rasping, or hopefully you can. Okay. Oh, she got excited. Shame, she's so hungry. But there's just amber eyes getting up to